everyone's favorite soap opera, Beaver Pines. My name is Darcy Molesi, and I play Olivia Oil in Beaver Pines, and I am both the town matriarch and mayoral candidate. Now, I'm here hosting today because our usual host, the production assistant, is out with an unfortunate case of alcohol-induced amnesia. Them's the breaks. At any rate, very happy to have you here. And something I want you all to know is that because this is being filmed before all of you and being shot out throughout the nation to all viewers at home, it's going to be really important that we hear your voices because the audience at home will hear your voices. So I'm going to help you warm up so that that can happen. Now, as most of you probably know, one of the things about Beaver Pines that everybody loves is its shocking revelations. So I'd like you to imagine that you were watching the show and you hear the most shocking thing you've ever heard. And at the count of 3, I want to hear what you're going to say. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Wow, you are a small and mighty crowd. Okay, very good. Now, let's see. There are no shortage of romantic involvements in Beaver Pines. So let's say you're watching 2 of your most beloved characters and they announce their love for each other for the first time. At the count of 3, how are you going to react? 1, 2, 3. Aww. Yes, isn't it wonderful when that happens? Now, on the other end of the spectrum, there are also no shortage of villains in Beaver Pines. So I want you to imagine the most dastardly villain you can think of, and he has just done something truly heinous. How are you going to react so the audience at home hears? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, pretty good. It's really bad, okay? I mean, maybe they just killed your favorite character. Count of 3. Let's hear again. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Yeah, you got it. You got it. This is going to be great. You are warmed up. And just be sure throughout the show to use those lovely voices of yours. Now, I do have a few announcements before we get to meet the cast. Now, as you know, if you watch the show, each episode is sponsored by a commercial product. And I think you guys probably know what that product is. So I'd like you to shout it out when I give you the cue of what product is sponsoring this show today, in this beautiful day in the year 1960. What product is it? Gerber. Gerber! Yes, very good. Gerber baby food. Ooh. And I would like to thank Gerber for sponsoring the show today and providing all the snacks for the cast. Delicious. All right. And another thing, since we film 5 days a week, we have a lot of lines to remember. And sometimes, you know, we forget our lines. So you may notice that some of the actors at some point during the show might pull one of these pieces of paper. And if you're wondering what we're doing, we're just getting a little help remembering our lines. Just don't worry about it. You won't notice and it gets cut out of the actual filming. So, all right. That about covers it. Are you ready to meet the cast?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the people of Beaver Pines. Say your name and a little bit about your character.
I'm Mayor Rutherford R.J. Johnson, 2-term mayor of Beaver Pines, running for a 3rd, consummate politician.
Violet Black, 3rd-time grieving widow, desperately seeking her next victim husband.
Dr. Robert Eastman, doctor of Beaver Pines, and you better know it, I'm a good one.
Jack, contraband dealer, gang member.
Matthew, known as Maddie, a town homosexual.
Beverly Vanderglen, widow,
and proprietor of Beaver Pines gas station.
Maurice Jackson, World War II veteran, and many body parts were lost in the war.
Rusty Connor, ex-con, 25 years in prison for murder. I just want to be liked.
In our last episode of Beaver Pines, the audience was left poised to find out who the javelin murderer was. We're about to find out. So go ahead, sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of Beaver Pines, brought to you by Gerber Baby Food.
And just as this strange man was about to tell me who killed my love, Crystal, suddenly he was killed himself by a javelin in the back.
A javelin?
Yeah.
What size of javelin was it?
I don't know, 4.5 feet?
No.
What?
Everyone knows that the standard size for a javelin is 6 feet. It's regulation.
Well, sure.
4.5 feet javelins. There's only one person that is able to use it and knows how to use it.
Well, who?
You're not going to like it.
Maurice, if you know something, I've got to know it. Someone killed Crystal, and I'm going to hunt that person down.
Well, you have a past with her. Rusty?
Beverly.
Yes.
She's been gone for the past 3 days. She went and took my heart with me.
Yes. Exactly. She is the only person in this town that knows how to use a 4.5-foot javelin, Rusty.
Are you saying that she found out that in her absence, I no longer cared about her, fell in love with Crystal, and she killed Crystal out of spite and revenge?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Rusty.
Now that you mention it, Beverly's forearms were always very muscular.
That's right. She was a champion back in her high school days.
I can't believe Beverly would do this.
Well, you better believe it, because there is no other choice. It must be her.
That means she must be back.
Yes.
I know this is going to sound crazy, Maurice, but just knowing that she's back in town, starting to revive some of those feelings I've had for her.
Yes, I could feel your heartbeat from over here. It sped up.
Maurice, how can I track down the woman who killed my love if I love the woman who killed my love?
Rusty, in the world of war and love, there aren't any straight answers. You're going to have to figure this out on your own. You go out there, find her.
All right, Maurice. I'll do what it takes. And by the end of all of this, I hope someone still loves me.
Maddie. Hey, don't step on my blue suede shoes.
I wouldn't dare. I mean, with what that gold could buy that we found in the hills, those are the best thing we've ever had.
Maddie, I may have blown my load too quick. I mean, we found so much gold, I couldn't help myself. I went out and bought these puppies. I saw them every day, walking past that clothing store right in the window, and I set my eyes on them, and now we're filthy rich. Look at me, Mr. Fancy Pants, right?
That is very, very cool. I'm sure you've got enough saved, though, to keep us on a good track moving forward. I mean, with everything we've got, you'll never have to go back to your gang, the Rollers. You'll never have to do another crime.
No, I mean, Maddie, I can move out of this filthy apartment of mine.
Hey, maybe you and me should find a place together. I mean, I've been shacked up with Mom and Dad all these years. Maybe I should finally get out.
Well, yeah, that's true, but... You know, last time we talked, I thought you said that maybe you were better off without me, right?
Well, look, I mean, things have been complicated our whole life, but that was a different you. That was a you who didn't have any resources, a you that had to fight and kill every now and then and rob.
Yeah.
But that's not you anymore. You're
Say-
different.
I got this tin of caviar and some crackers. You want to have some?
I'd love to. I never thought I'd even see what caviar really looked like. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's all squishy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at us. We're going to live in the lap of luxury, all right? You know, we don't even have to live together. We could probably afford our own places, each one of us.
Wow, you really think?
Yeah, I mean, I took all that gold we found. Yeah, we'll get rid of this crappy couch anyway. I fenced it all for a really good price.
Wow.
You know, I was thinking of an idea. What we could do next. You know, we have all this money. Maybe we could try investing. And you know what? Maybe. I sang to Beverly last night.
Beverly's back in town?
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing with her? I mean, last time I was talking to her, she wanted all this help with getting her gas station up and running better and everything. That you're not thinking of giving her a bunch of our money, are you?
Well, I was meeting with her for a different sort of reason. And, you know, things maybe got a little intimate. I was telling her about all the money I'd come into, and she asked me to serenade her, and I sang to her. And I think, you know, she owns that gas station. We could invest in gas stations all along the interstate. Grow and grow our money.
Do you really trust her enough for that? She always gave me some off-putting energy.
You know, I trust her as far as she could throw me. She can throw pretty far.
So I was thinking, maybe not traditional white, you know? Maybe I could wear, I don't know, black. For my wedding? Yeah. I mean, well, it's a little too untraditional. I was thinking maybe an off-white.
But off-white looks a little dirty. Don't you want to stand out?
Well, we can worry about that later. Do you want a drink?
Sure.
I'm really glad that we're friends again. And
Me too. I'm so glad you made me your maid of honor.
yeah.
Even though it's kind of awkward since you're marrying Maurice, who
Water under
used
the
to be
bridge.
Martin, who I used to be in love with.
Okay, let's just not get
And
into that,
engaged.
okay? Okay, let's just not get into.
True. We should get into more of maid of honor business, which is my husband is my long lost half brother.
Ronaldo, or did you get married in the last 24
My
hours?
late husband is my long lost half brother. I know that sounds odd and kind of gross. Let me explain. You know, 50% isn't that bad.
God, I'm glad you didn't have kids.
You're really gonna bring that up now too?
I'm sorry, I didn't, it's just, you know, you're half cut, half.
I never have admitted this to anybody. And I feel like it may have had to do with the reason he died. I've been feeling really guilty about all of it.
Well, you mean, didn't he have a heart attack when you guys were making love?
He did, but his heart was healthy. And I knew that I had recently found out he was my half brother. And I didn't want him to know because I thought maybe he'd have a heart attack. So I'm thinking, somebody told him.
Well, who could that be?
Who could that be? Why are you looking like that? What do you know? I know that look.
I don't know anything. This is as shocking news to me as I guess it was to you and obviously Ronaldo.
I mean, how am I supposed to know when people are half-siblings?
I don't know, it's not like there's anything like genetic testing or anything.
Not yet. What is genetic testing?
I don't know, I read about it in a magazine, Scientific American. But listen,
Wait, maybe he wasn't my half-brother. Maybe there's a way to find out. I still have some things of his that I sleep with and touch and like put around me and do weird things with. I do weird things with them. It's hair, it's his hair. Oh, gross. It's a lot of his hair, different parts of his hair, different parts of his body hair.
that explains that sweater that I like so much. It's not cashmere, is it?
No.
Oh, it's good to be back. Mexico City. 3 days, a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Wait till Beaver Pines finds out. I've got plans. And I'm hoping Rusty will show up soon. Because I've got plans that I need to talk to him about. Rusty, hi.
Beverly,
Hi.
you're back.
I'm back. And I have a degree. And I have a checking account, Rusty, in my own name.
I didn't know if I would ever see you again, Beverly. You walked out on me.
Sorry. Sorry, Rusty. I'm sorry I put you through everything. I'm sorry that I was intimidated by your intelligence and cut off our relationship because of it.
There's something you have to know, Beverly. I wasn't just sitting around like a monk while you were gone. I fell in love. I fell in love with Crystal.
What are you talking about?
Crystal and I became hot lovers, Beverly.
In just 3 days, you left me for her?
You left me first.
I left you to get an education. I left you to make myself a better woman.
But now you're back. And what's that on your left arm? A javelin brace?
It's true. I injured my wrist while throwing left-handed javelin because I'm trying to undercompensate for my skills. I was a track star in elementary school, Russia, and athletic star. And then here in the United States, I was discus thrower, long jumper, shot putter, 400-yard meter, and javelin thrower for Beaver Pines High.
Crystal is dead.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
The man who knew who killed her was killed himself by a javelin. A 4.5-foot javelin.
That's very strange because the University of Mexico City has a track team that I was practicing with, and they use metric-sized javelins, which are typically 4 feet or so.
How could you do it, Beverly? How could you kill
I didn't do it!
Oh, there's only one person around here who throws a javelin of that size, and it's you.
The last time I threw a javelin was in Mexico City. It's a different climate there. I couldn't throw one here today if you asked me to. Don't you see? It's more humid here.
Don't stand so close to me.
I'll stand as close as I want, Rusty.
I'm warning you. Back up.
Rusty, what are you doing? Why are you...
I can't be near you without wanting you, Beverly.
Rusty, I need to tell you something. I gained a lot of confidence in my 3-day baccalaureate degree program in Mexico City.
Yeah.
When I got back to Beaver Pines, I was talking to Jack. I told him about how I had studied marketing and business administration, accounting, and so on. And we started talking about investments, franchising the gas station.
That always turns you on.
Of course it does, and I'm sorry, Rusty, but things happened.
What happened? You and Jack?
It's painful to talk about. I'm sorry, I'm hurting you. I know I am.
What did he do? Did he sing to you?
He serenaded, and he had this to say. He said, Rusty, this hurts to say this, that the mayor is a cross-dresser, and he wears a corset under his clothes. And God, he wears fishnet stockings, and how Jack knows this, I can't tell you. It kind of excited me, but...
So, you came back to town. You killed the woman I love, and then you went off with Jack. Is that what I understand?
I said that Jack and I talked business, and things got a little steamy. And I said, if you would listen to me, Rusty, I'm now an educated woman. I couldn't throw a javelin here in the United States because the humidity level is not the same as it is in Mexico City.
You know what they teach you in those academic programs, Beverly? They teach you how to lie, and that's what you're doing right now. You're lying, and I'm gonna find out for sure, and I'm gonna prove to the world that you killed my love, and I'm gonna see you rot for it.
Jack, I've been thinking. All this time we've been living in Beaver Pines and just staying right where we are, but I think maybe it's time, at least it's time for me to see somewhere else. I want to use the money to go somewhere. Like you said, I can get an apartment, I can have a life.
Where do you want to go, Maddie?
I want to go everywhere. I want to see the world. I want to go places where mayors cross-dress and wear fishnets.
You don't have to leave Beaver Pines for that. Look, Maddie, I don't want to tell you this. When I first got the money, I was feeling a little lonely, so I went seeking out a woman of the night.
Beverly?
No, this was before her. I was a little dissuaded when I found out that the woman I picked up was actually the mayor. What? You think I'm joking?
Sorry, what?
No, I was outside the gas station, right? And, you know, they were long legs and fishnet stockings, and they were calling my name, Maddie. So it was like, Jack! Jack! I went over. But that's the kind of world you want to live in. There's other places around where that sort of thing, I guess, is more casual than you.
Well, all right. I do want to see the world, but if the mayor R.J. Johnson.
Same one.
I think maybe he and I should have a conversation.
Yeah, it seems like maybe he was hiding something. I mean, he was so against, homosexuality, but it seems like under the table maybe he was suppressing some stuff. I don't know. I'm not a psychoanalyst or whatever. Here. Well, you take this wad of cash and you figure out your life, kid, huh? Tell me where you're going to go, what you're going to do with it.
It is a bit of a turnaround to be in a woman's office.
Oh, yes. Imagine that. A woman who owns a bank and runs for mayor. Woo!
I promised Maurice that I would keep this civil. Please do not provoke me.
I'll try not to, but... Dear, will you turn the lights off and turn me on?
Olivia,
Yes.
Mrs. Oil, you are literally the only friend of mine's betrothed. I could never touch to one of you.
Not what I hear. Maybe you'd rather touch my wardrobe?
Pardon me, I think that's absurd. I would never fit. I'm quite a bit taller than you.
Wait.
More maybe,
What is this?
Maybe Beverly?
Oh,
Oh,
and
that's
they're silk.
My lovers.
Well, you've got a very
quite a ladies' man.
big lover.
RJ likes them large.
Listen, RJ. It's out.
I must confess, I don't know exactly what you're saying.
Your proclivity for wearing women's clothes and picking up men in the alley. Now, I'm not sure that is a becoming feature for a mayor, especially mayor who talks all about family values and who is appalled by homosexuality. Oh, has the cat got your tongue?
Prove it.
Well, those very large grandma undies might do the trick, but...
These are French silk.
You haven't been as discreet as you thought. You were seen. Tell me you don't own a pair of black fishnet stockings. A very large pair of black fishnet stockings.
You know, at the Gentlemen's Club, we often have plays for initiation's sake, where you have to dress up and do different things. And I may have once or twice dressed up as a lady for the gentleman's amusement.
You know what, RJ?
What?
I don't even care. Dress however you want. That's what I want for this town.
I want for women to be free to be who they are, including bank owners, gas station owners, mayors. I want for people who are homosexual to be able to live freely in this town, and for men who like to wear women's clothing to be free to do so as well. Unfortunately, I don't think you're going to be able to be mayor anymore.
Come in. How are you doing? How's your heartbreak? Here, help me with this. It's a bunch of hair. It's really heavy. It's all Ronaldo's hair. I've been told about genetic testing.
Genetic testing? Stuff of science fiction, if you ask me.
Come on, I know your skills and all of the intelligence that you brought to this town. I know if anyone could do genetic testing, it would be you.
What do you want me to do? Bring back who?
I want you to see if Ronaldo is my half-brother,
Your ex-husband.
my dead ex-husband. But here's why. Because I feel like all my bad luck in love and all the death around me is because I'm holding on to a lot of shame. And if we can prove that he wasn't my half-brother, then maybe I'll finally find some love that lasts.
Deep breath.
Why are you checking me? Why are you
Just
not
do it, damn it. Darn it.
Darn it, what? So scientific.
He was your half-brother.
Was?
I know my methods are crude, but I'm sorry to tell you that. You don't seem pleased. Of course you wouldn't.
Well, I was just hoping that maybe he wasn't. Doctor, there's got to be something you can do.
You want me to make you not his half-sister?
I want to make you help me find love. Now that I'm...
Love me? I've lost everyone I've ever loved in my life. My wife and mistress were abducted by aliens. Olivia, the woman with whom I confessed many times for, tried to change every aspect of myself.
About that, I'm her maid of honor now. But think about this, how hard it is for me because she's marrying Maurice, who you turned into Martin for me, and now he's no longer Martin. That's another love I've lost.
I'm the worst person.
You are the worst
To find love. Look at me.
You know what? Maybe we can help each other. We both are pretty crappy at it.
Well, what will we do? What's your idea?
To the moon! The moon?
Man, that's ambitious. You mean where the aliens are?
Well, your ex-wife is possibly in the moon. And maybe there's someone for me at the moon.
So you're saying you want us to get abducted by aliens the way she was? That's preposterous. How would we even signal them?
We could do a ritual under the moonlight.
You know such things, don't you?
I mean, you know V is...
V, you want me to bring V out again?
No, not the V that blew up Kent Hardley-Waite's head. That was really sad. We don't want that V. But maybe V that could just use a little bit of her magic to maybe help us in love.
Very well.
Just a little bit, though.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Hey.
How long will it take to set in?
It should be working right now.
You really brought me back.
V, well, no, this is a little bit of V. A little bit.
Thank you, Dr. Eastman.
What did I do?
Jack, please, you have to tell me everything. What happened between you and Beverly?
The bikes are looking good today, Rusty.
Jack, don't try to distract me. Is it true? You serenaded Beverly?
Yeah.
You have feelings for her?
Rusty, I've just been alone for a while, okay? And I was looking for some female companionship outside her gas station. That didn't work out. And I fell into her arms, okay?
Listen, Jack, she's a dangerous woman. Beverly killed Crystal.
Is that such a bad thing, Rusty?
Yeah. How could you say something like that?
I mean, you killed someone, right?
Yes, I killed someone. I killed someone when I was young and stupid, and I paid the price for it. Exactly the path you're headed down now with that stupid gang. Look, Jack, sometimes when I look at you, you know what I see? Do you?
What do you see?
I see me when I was your age.
Okay.
I see me at a time when I needed some group to make me feel like a man. And so I joined the Rollers. And I went for their initiation. And yeah, I killed somebody, but it was stupid, Jack. And I don't want to see you make the same mistake I made. Not with the rollers and not with Beverly.
Rusty, maybe I just need someone who understands me, okay? She understands my ambitions. You know, I came into a lot of money, and we're in business together to expand her gas stations. We're going to make an empire, okay? And, you know, my hands aren't so clean either. I shot the mayor.
Ooh. All of that's behind us now, Jack. You have an opportunity to make a new life for yourself. You have all this money now. You don't have to be rolling around with the rollers or hanging out with murderers.
I think you're just jealous, Rusty.
Jealous?
I mean, you and Beverly had a thing.
Yeah, we had a thing.
I mean, that's just like you, isn't it? You fall in love with one woman after another. You fall in love with Beverly, then you fall in love with Crystal. Now you can't have Crystal. You're mad at me because I'm with Beverly.
That's not what it's all about. I'm here trying to protect you, Jack.
I don't need your protecting, Rusty, okay?
And you're gonna wake up with a javelin in your back one day, Jack, and don't say I didn't warn you.
That was a lovely night of lovemaking.
Oh, Maurice, I'm so happy that we've... What?
What is this? Mayor is a cross-dresser? This was sponsored by your bank.
Well, you know I'm affiliated with the Beaver Pines News Corporation.
You are. Why did you have this article written?
It's just the truth. It prints the truth.
It's not the truth. It is a painting of the truth with opaque colors instead of brightly colored. It's different.
No, Maurice, it's not.
What's important is that you promised. You promised that you would drop all of the politics until we were married, and then, of course, you could pick it back up and become mayor.
But I didn't promise, Maurice. I didn't promise that I'd drop out of the race.
I didn't want you to drop out of the race. I wanted you to drop politics for a week. A week. And you couldn't do it. You are so set on bringing the mayor down that you forgot that we're getting married.
I didn't forget. I love you, Maurice.
You got a black dress.
That was Violet's idea. I can take it back. Listen, Maurice. It was so long that we were not together, and now finally, you just made love to me.
I'm sorry.
No.
It's over.
No, Maurice. No. Please. No. Please, I'll retract it.
It's too late.
If you walk out on me again, Maurice, it's for the last time.
Regular, unleaded, it's new. Oh, you have something else on your mind.
Unleaded, please. Beverly, I came here to see you specifically.
What is it?
I feel lost.
Dr. Eastman, you're the only doctor in Beaver Pines, and you're the best doctor in Beaver Pines. And it's not because you're the only doctor. It's because you're Dr. Robert Eastman.
That's true.
Doctor to all the people of Beaver Pines, the people that come to you for emotional, physical needs.
You know how many of the residents here that I helped give birth to?
I do. In fact, Glenn and I, if we were ever to have had children, we always said, we want Dr. Eastman to be our obstetrician.
May you rest in peace.
Yes, I know.
You know, Beverly, there's some rumors going around town about you, but I don't believe them.
Don't believe anything you hear about me.
Well,
You
I
know,
don't need to believe anyone. We've known each other for many years.
what's troubling you, though?
I have to contact aliens on the moon to bring my wife back.
Dr. Eastman. Do you know what can happen?
No.
Do you remember old Mr. Franklin?
Yes?
The farm?
Yeah?
At the base of Beaver Pines?
That's
the
right.
Dairy cows?
Now some of his cows went missing and found mutilated.
That's right.
You say that's going to happen to me?
I just worry. Those cows, some of them were mutilated, but some of them were taken, and then they returned, and they weren't the same cows, Dr. Eastman.
Violet is the one who set me up for this. She had me inject her with a serum that would bring out the darker side of her past. I only gave her a little bit of it. But now I'm afraid that I might have taken things to an awful place, like I do with the rest of my life. And I always looked upon you, Beverly, as someone pure. And I just wanted to unload a little bit on you and tell you how important you've always been to me.
Dr. Eastman, don't let Violet get into your head. She's dangerous. And I have to say that one day I saw her playing with a small javelin.
The same, wait, that guy was killed by a javelin.
That's
4.5 feet.
It's an odd size. Only somebody who's familiar with the metric system would know to bring such a strange, small, sharp throwing device like that. People think it's me. No. It may be true that I like darts, and in fact, I have an idea for some lawn dart games.
Listen, I don't know anything about those things, but you might be right. But in case I do somehow get to the moon, would you go with me?
Dr. Eastman, I would be honored. Yeah, only because I have had a recent mind-expanding experience of getting my own education and learning that I can be more than just a housewife.
Of course you can. And I can be more than a mediocre best doctor of the town that won't be the only doctor.
Dr. Eastman, look at it. It's a full one.
Let's try to contact them tonight. V told me some things. Let's try.
And now, a word from our sponsor, Gerber Baby Food.
Hi, I'm Charles Dixon, and I play Dr. Robert Eastman on Beaver Pines.
And I'm Peggy Reynolds, and I play Beverly Vandergland on Beaver Pines.
Peggy, have you ever felt like you really wanted to eat something, but not too heavy and not too light?
Yes, I have. And you know, sometimes after a long day at the studio, my jaws are tired.
So am I. And that's why I have the new special treat for you, Gerber Baby Food.
Look at that! Pureed carrots.
Peas, roast beef, and beef stroganoff.
And what's that? Liver?
Liver. And we have a special adult version, cocktails.
Let's try that.
I'll have a cocktail and you'll have the beef stroganoff.
Cheers.
Cheers. Gerber Baby Food. It's not for babies anymore.
That's right. Come back and enjoy your 15-minute intermission. Dr. Eastman, I know that Violet is going to help us do this. But before she gets here,
She'll be here in a second.
I need to tell you some things.
Tell me.
At the gas station earlier, I was overcome. When you looked into my eyes, I was taken back to that moment when you were with me, when Glenn was on his deathbed, my dear dead husband, Glenn.
And you rest in peace.
And in that moment, when I was looking at you, I was looking at Glenn. Not at you, Dr. Eastman.
The Glenn that's alive or the dead rotting body, Glenn?
The Glenn that's alive in my heart.
I see.
Dr. Eastman, please. Sitting under the moon, it makes me want to tell the truth. I have other things I need to say.
Go ahead.
I'm afraid you're not going to respect me.
I'll respect you. I have things I can share too. I have darkness.
Oh no, Dr. Eastman. I've only known you to be the purest of souls.
Then you don't know me very well. But tell me, what is it?
Well, as you know, while I was away, I took up track and field again.
That sounds wonderful.
It was joyful. It was as if I had gone back in time and I was 17 years old throwing the javelin.
V!
Oh no.
She's here. V, we're ready.
All right. It's time. Did you bring your stuff?
I did.
Just place it down. Did you set your intentions?
I did.
And we must say them under the moon.
My intentions, O moon, is to find love. And potentially my wife.
Would you like to set an intention?
Yes. My intention, oh moon.
Wait a second! What is it? Your skin.
What?
Under the moonlight, under this ritual, it has a purple glare to it. That means you've recently committed a murder.
How can you see these things?
Because I'm a witch!
God, Violet, I had no idea. I need a cigarette.
You were in
Violet?
Mexico City when I blew up Kent's head.
Can I put the donut back in the case?
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, we can't do a moon ritual for love in the presence of a murderer.
Is this true?
I didn't have a chance to set the rest of my ritual, Violet, but you've clearly seen right through me. I'm a murderer! I killed Crystal with a javelin of metric size!
Mayor Johnson, I really appreciate you inviting me into your home. Do you mind if I pour you a drink?
Sure. You know where the bar is, apparently?
Everyone's got one. Look, I wanted you and me to have a bit of a conversation.
Whatever for?
Here. Calm yourself down. I think you know by now, I've been through quite a lot in this town, between certain judgments and recent deaths and near deaths and surgeries. There's been a lot, and
Real whirlwind.
out of anyone, I know how it feels to not quite know your place, to be fearful of what people around you might think and what they might do if they knew everything you were thinking. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to say anything you might want to someone who isn't going to judge and isn't going to think lesser of you. Based on your politics, there's not very much lower, I could think. So anything really would bring me higher up.
This is 1960 in Beaver Pines, Maddie. I don't think Senator McCarthy would look too kindly upon a mayor who appreciates finer textiles. It started off in the war, you see. Long days on the front, we'd come across a abandoned boulangerie, and I would put on a little show for the men. And then I would always keep a piece or two of the nicest things in my pack. So I told myself it was for the men, keep morale up. But I wore those fishnets under my BDUs for me. For me, Daddy. And when I got back, I dedicated myself to the service of this town, to building a better America that was fair for all. White men who served in the war, to build a life after the destruction and the death that we'd seen. And still underneath my new uniform, French silk. Of course, I'm sure you know that a corset helps with the figure, as it were. Makes you stand up a little straighter, shoulders a little further back. Who doesn't want to look a little more confident when they're on stage speaking to the public? Of course, they don't make these kinds of things for men, no. But I still have my catalogs. I have a closet full, Maddie. Full.
I understand. I do. Most of it, anyway. The part I don't understand, RJ, if I can call you that, is why you want to be mayor. There's so much beauty and joy in the world that you and I know on a level that so many people can't even imagine.
You don't understand? Maddie, I can be mayor and I can be a rascal who plays his cards, holds them tight, an eligible bachelor, too much time in the office to think about settling down with a wife and kids. It's just another costume, Maddie, but one that comes with real power. You're nothing. Your brother's a low-life gangster. If I decided to put you away tomorrow, you'd be in a padded cell. But I am Mayor Rutherford R.J. Johnson. Even this story in the papers I could probably sweep right under the rug if I bribe the right people or blackmail the right people. Because this costume has power, Maddie. And living in my truth exposes me too much. So I thank you for your words. And I do thank you for your understanding. But I think I'm going to hold on to my power.
Here's the problem with power that isn't rooted in truth, Mayor. It can't last. What you may not know is that Jack and I recently came into a very, very large sum of money.
Oh.
So all of that blackmail you wanted to threaten me with, it's not going to work anymore. All of that power you say you had over the newspapers, over the television ads, none of it matters anymore. Because Jack and I, we have as much of it as you do now, and we have truth on our side. So really, what do you get by having power that doesn't let you be who you are? What do you get by having to hide in your fancy office? What do you really get?
Definitely cards out of the bag, okay? You gotta tell me why did you do it?
Do you know what it feels like to leave town thinking that you're only leaving for a few days to make yourself a better person? But when you get back, the person that you cared about most had already forgotten about you and moved on to somebody. And I just couldn't bear to see them together.
So it was jealousy then?
Yes, I was jealous.
Then obviously you're still in love with Rusty.
Well, Jackie doesn't matter.
I say to you, Beverly, you said serenade me, and I poured my heart out for you. The whole time you just...
Oh, Jack, I'm so sorry. I know that when you sing, it makes you so vulnerable. And when you're singing, you have to reach those high notes. It makes you feel like a little boy. And then when you hit those deep notes, you feel like a man. And I know when you did that in front of me, you felt like a complete boy man. And Jack, I'd be lying if I said I didn't love you for that.
Beverly, I can't do this.
What do you mean? You're not as big of a man as you thought you were?
You left for 3 days, and out of jealousy, you killed Crystal?
It's not like you never tried to kill somebody, is it?
Don't try to turn this around on me. Okay, this is about us, okay?
When you stood there in front of me, in front of the gas pump, and you asked me to pick a note, Beverly, pick any note. I said, C minor. C minor is the note of people who are imperfect. People who have flaws, Jack. People who are cracked from the inside out.
Well, you know what? I have money now. And that can pay over all the flaws that I have, okay? So you know what? I'm done with this expansion business. You're keeping the one gas station. I'm taking my money, and I'm taking my love elsewhere.
Go on. Fine, I'll be fine without you. I'll think of new ideas and the gas station will be bigger than ever.
And I'm going now. And I'll never sing to you again. Bye, Beverly.
Oh, stop it.
Never again will you see me.
Listen, this whole thing is getting too weird. You can bring your bee back. My head is swimming. I feel confused with Beverly, with my wife. More importantly, you and I. Before we came to this godforsaken town, you rejected me when I expressed my love for you.
I love Ronaldo.
I know.
And then I found out he was my half-brother.
That's right.
Look, it doesn't matter anyway. It's worn off, the serum. It was just a low dose, and we wasted it on Beverly and her murder. So we're back to square one.
No, we're not back to square one. I still have feelings for you. That's what I came to realize when I had that sweet donut looking at the moon. You told me to bring something sweet for a sweet outcome. And now I'm just tasting bitterness of my love.
You knew I loved jelly donuts.
I used to like when you used to put them in your mouth and they'd squirt out. Kind of look like blood. That appeals to my darker side.
I have a little mini fridge here. I keep an array of them. Every night I eat one alone. I squirt all alone.
Talk so dirty.
Your turn.
Wait a second. Trying to seduce me with all this jelly.
Yes?
Don't you love Olivia still? And I ask this because I know something.
What?
Her and Maurice. They broke up. And here you are, licking jelly and squirting it all over me. And when you find this out, look at your eyes. All you can think about is her.
So you are hurt. So you do still have feelings for me.
Dad, have you seen the beaver?
Not for a long time.
Whose beaver are you speaking of?
I'll tell you. Violet is planning your murder. To be inside you. You need to kill her.
Yes, 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 I know all about self-undoing. I sabotage everybody who loves me. Every love I've ever had, I've
Even me.
sabotaged.
I said my piece. I brought you the donuts.
Fine, then prove it to me. Don't go after Olivia now that she's single. And maybe I'll believe you.
You know, Maurice, when I opened up this bicycle shop after getting out of prison, I didn't think it would last for a week. I mean, what do I know about business or money? I can't figure out how to make a dime out of 2 nickels. But you know what? Somehow I made this place work.
You did. You definitely did. Look how far you've come.
And I've struggled to stay straight. I've struggled to be a law-abiding citizen. You think my demons didn't crop up every once in a while? You think I didn't want to feel the power coursing through my blood like it used to when I was a roller in the street gang?
Of course you did. But you fought against it. You stood up against your demons. And look at you now, proud owner of the town's only bike store.
But you know what kept me on the straight and narrow, Maurice?
Friendships?
Yeah, but something more important than that. My love for Beverly.
Oh, of course.
And then after she left me, my love for Claire.
Right.
And now, to find out that Beverly killed Crystal. I used to call her Claire.
I know, I remember.
It's an old thing we did in prison. We took the first letter of first name and the last letter and added air.
It was strange when you called me Maurice Air.
But now you understand.
I do. Listen. Crystal died.
Crystal was killed.
Yes. She died. Same thing.
It's not the same thing.
I feel like you're focusing on the wrong things. Rusty? Look around you. Why can't you just be happy?
Because now I have no one.
You have me.
Look, you're my friend and a good one, and you know I value that. But my heart is breaking. My heart is like an inner tube that runs over a rusty nail on the street. Instead of going ba-bum, 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 it's going psst. Wobble, 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 wobble. Wobble.
We all feel that sometimes.
Rutherford. Rusty.
May.
Maurice.
Rutherford.
You haven't heard.
What?
I came as soon as I heard. You're the only two people in this town I trust to help me.
What's the matter with you? What's going on? What happened?
It's Beverly. She killed Crystal, my sister.
Oh wait, I knew that.
We know that.
And you're just sitting here?
No.
She just sits there at a gas station getting to pump gas like nothing's happened while my sister lies in a cold grave?
No, that's not the way it is. I'm on it, man.
Do you know how much murder there is in this world? You should know. We went to war together. We can't worry about every single person who gets murdered or gets abducted by aliens. We have to live a life. We can't be stuck in the past.
Maurice, this is my sister. I can't just forget.
She was adopted! You know how we feel about adopted kids.
Don't you see this is what's ripping this town apart? It's all the hate. We find someone who's adopted, we hate them. We find someone we don't like, so we kill them. It's gotta stop, I tell you. And the only way it can stop is if Beverly dies.
That's right, Rusty. She's gotta go.
Jack, I figured out what we want to do with the money, or what I want to do with the money, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. Forget travel, forget new apartments, forget franchising anything. I think we take out a television ad. Me, you, all the rollers, broadcast it to the nation dressed like women.
You lost me, man.
We need to show people that it's okay, people could be the mayor and dress like a woman, and it would be fine.
This is like a PSA?
Yes, exactly. It's like a PSA for cross-dressing people.
Maddie, you realize I run a gang, right? I don't know if I'm going to be able to convince them to do this.
They'll be like the backup dancers.
Yeah, Maddie, this idea is not going to work. What are you talking about?
We gotta do something.
Why do we have to do something? You know, I don't have to solve this problem.
What? You've been telling me my whole life that it's okay to be who I am, despite what everyone else thinks. I thought you'd want to help me. We've got all this money now. Nobody can touch us.
But you're not a cross-dresser.
No, but I mean, I don't mind a skirt now and then, and the important thing is that it doesn't matter whether someone's a cross-dresser or gay or whatever they want to be. The point is that we could be anything we want. And now we have the money to show people.
Maddie, why do you want to waste your time trying to convince other people? Their minds are not going to change. I mean, it's 1960. I can imagine in what? 64 years from now, people are still going to have trouble with this sort of stuff. It's not going to change. There's still going to be politicians railing against it who are widely shown in the media.
But maybe every once in a while there will be some kid out there with some brother who's a part of some gang that doesn't really like gay people all so much, and maybe that little kid could get a boost from some TV ad so that it wouldn't be so hard to convince them. So hard to convince that brother to get on board. And you know, even if they do eventually, it would still be better if it didn't take so long.
So you're saying it's not for the bigots out there, it's not for the people, it's for the people who are hiding, who want to feel like their voices are heard.
Is that so bad?
I could get behind that, Maddie. I'm sorry, all this money's getting in my head. You know, I never had so much money, so much power, so much opportunity, and I had these grand dreams of what to do with it. It was all selfish stuff. You know, this is important to you, and I want to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Olivia.
Hello, Robert.
May I come in?
Sure. Come into the living room area. May I get you a drink?
That's a big door. This won't take long. No, thank you.
Do you mind if I have one?
This won't take long. No, thank you. I heard that you broke up with Maurice, or rather he broke up with you.
Yes.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Neither am I. I came here to tell you that, well, rather, I came to apologize.
For what?
For hopping around. From my wife to my mistress, to you. You deserve better than that. And to try to keep you and Maurice away from each other, it was shameful.
I really appreciate that, Robert.
Really?
Yeah. Because, you know, apologizing is not an easy thing to do, and it's something I'm really struggling with right now. You see, I did something really bad, Robert. What I did to Mayor RJ, even though I despise everything he stands for, what I did was not me. It was just, I got so focused on becoming mayor and changing everything that I forgot my own values. And I owe him an apology, even though I think he's the worst mayor in the world. And you are inspirational to me.
I'm developing deep feelings for Violet, your best friend. Her and I have had history together, and honestly, I came here to see if I still have feelings for you, and I do. No chance?
Robert, it's not fair to you because I
You
still,
still love Maurice?
Yes.
No, I understand.
I'll never be with him again.
Maybe I
I just don't want you to settle because I really, in my own way, love you as a friend.
If I were to offer you a donut, what type would you take?
Glazed.
Damn it. Very well, Olivia.
I hope, Robert, that we can be friends. I mean, really friends, not...
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maurice?
Violet.
Oh, I haven't seen you this drunk since you were Martin flying us on a plane.
Yes, I know. I don't drink much, you know. Ever since I got back from the war, alcohol just doesn't taste that good.
Here you are. Look, I know about you and Olive.
You've come to gloat?
No.
I know you and her were never on the best of terms.
Yeah, we had our fallout, but friends do. And I know that we have a history. And trust me, V could swoop right in here and try to seduce you. Because I did love you.
V?
My alter ego, V. My dark side.
I never met her. Or did I?
You might have had a little peek of her.
What do you want, Violet?
I want you and Olive to get back together.
What?
Shh. She loves you.
If she loved me, she would have set aside her ambitions for a week.
How do you think she feels when you're sitting around and choosing your best friend over her? You're marrying her, and everything that you've been upset with her about is about someone else. Fight for her.
Fight for her? I did my fighting.
You fought against her.
All I want is to settle down, to live in my comfortable apartment, maybe her large mansion, who knows, and just have a couple of kids, adopt them. You know, I lost my testicles in the
She
war.
wants that too. Do you know how many men are in love with her in this town?
I do know that.
And she has turned every single one of them down for you.
I know. Did I make a mistake, Violet?
Maybe, but you can make up for it. Stop it. It's not what it looks like.
I can't believe it! You're awful!
What? No, no, this isn't. Ah.
Rusty.
Thanks for letting me come over, Beverly.
Please, before you start talking, I just need to make this one call. Operator, please connect me to the Beaver Pines Police Department. Oh, suggestion. Instead of having to dial 0, someday in the future, perhaps we could use different numbers. Yes, like 9.
Police Department, how may I help you?
Hello, this is Beverly Vandergland.
Beverly, what are you doing?
I'm confessing to 2 murders.
No!
Rusty,
What?
what are you doing?
I
You
don't
know, I can't go on like this.
Listen
It's
to
not
me.
just Crystal, it's Mr. Pico.
What?
Crystal was the meatloaf. Mr. Pico was the javelin.
I know. I know that you killed Crystal. I know you killed whoever it is you killed. Believe me, I know. But listen, Pierre, Beverly, that's a prison thing. We take the first letter of the and the last letter and we add air.
That's really sweet.
Listen,
What is it, Rusty? There's nothing left for me.
Beverly, you have to know something.
What?
When I came over here tonight, I came over to kill you.
Rusty, why would you do that?
You know why. You killed Crystal. But listen. As soon as I walked in and I saw your eyes shining beneath the light of that old lamp you've had hanging in this apartment for all these years, I knew I couldn't do it. Look, I know that you've had other people that you've been interested in, and I know that I hurt you when I fell in love with Claire, but it's always been you, Beverly. It's
It's that prison thing.
It's a prison thing. If it evens the score, you can call me Rière.
Okay, Briere. So you're identifying with how it feels to be heartbroken?
All I'm saying is no matter what I thought before I walked in that door, as soon as I looked in your eyes, I knew that it had always been you, Beverly. I love you. I love you, and I've never loved anyone as much as you.
Rusty, you're crazy.
I'm not crazy, and if I am crazy, then it's crazy with love.
Oh, Rusty,
Beverly.
I can't do this.
Is
How
it Jack?
No,
Is
that's...
it Dr. Eastman?
No!
Is it Mayor Rutherford?
No!
Then what? Who?
Rusty, it's always been you, except for Glenn. But Glenn's dead now, and although I've never actually seen his dead body, I know he's gone. But it was always you before then.
Then what's standing in the way now, Beverly?
Because I'm a murderer, Rusty.
So am I.
I know you are, but you served your time. I need to serve my time too.
Beverly, listen to me and listen good. Have you seen Aunt Bee?
I did see her. I saw her when she got out of prison.
And you know.
She came to the gas station. She came to the gas station right after she got out. And I know, yes, I know that she killed people just like me.
And you saw what happened to her in prison.
She became nothing. She just whittled down to practically just a little twig. Her hair was no longer in a lump on her head. It was now just thin strands dangling on either side of her sunken face. And she didn't have any joy in her left at all.
I can't see you like that, Beverly. I can't let you go to prison and lose all of that beautiful hair.
Rusty, it's not up to me. It's up to the justice system.
Beverly, you don't have to turn yourself in. Look, I still have a lot of connections in the Beaver Pines underground.
You sure didn't help Aunt Bee when she needed them, did you?
And Bee was a jackass.
No, Holland, it's not what it seems. Please. This time it really wasn't.
You have hurt me for the last time. I told you, no more. Go ahead, be with Violet. Be with my best friend.
I don't want to be with Violet, Olive. I'm on my knees. I'm begging you. Please. Oh!
What? Maurice!
My heart. I lost half of it in the war.
Oh my God!
It's a heart attack, I think.
Dr. Eastman!
I taste toast.
No, don't die on me, no!
My love.
Maurice! I love you, don't die!
I see light.
No, don't see light, don't see light! No! Honey, I love you,
Crystal.
no, please!
On the other side, I see who else has died. Other dead people. Javelin guy. I see them all. They're waving at me.
Oh, no, you can't. No.
I knew you couldn't do it.
Now, just calm down, Mayor. We can figure this out like mature adults.
You know what I did in the war, Rusty? Beverly?
Is that a piece of silk coming out of your pocket? Is that a stocking?
This? It is silk. I use my underwear to make a fuse. Army Engineers, Demolitions Division.
Now,
Oh,
Mayor, just calm down. Maybe don't go lighting anything while you have that fuse connected to some large explosive device.
You see, I knew you couldn't do it. And now everybody knows my little secret, so I figure this way I can avenge my sister. You're gonna have to die too. I'm sorry, Rusty, but you should have just killed her and this could all been avoided. And I go away and we can blame it all on you.
Mayor
It's
Rutherford, put down the silk. No! Put it down!
You kill me.
I'm gonna shoot you! I'm gonna shoot you! What's another murder to me?
What is another murder to Beverly? Find out tomorrow on our next episode of Beaver Pines.
My friends, thank you so much. You are an awesome audience. Give yourselves a round of
artistic director of Synergy Theater. Spontaneous Soap was conceived and directed by Valerie-Yield. The original music and sound effects was created and orchestrated by Arastu Duraksan. Folks, we really do continue the story from performance to performance. We have 2 more shows tomorrow night and Sunday afternoon. Come back tomorrow. We're going to pick up exactly where we left off tonight and continue the story on. So come back and see what happens in Beaver Pines. If you have some friends out there, and I know you do, you're all very friendly people, go ahead and tell your friends and bring them with you. We'd love to keep doing the show to bigger and bigger audiences. Your word of mouth is our greatest form of advertising, and we appreciate you using your words of mouth for us. That would be very, very nice. We are a 501c3 theater. We are very dependent and grateful to the generosity of our patrons. If you have a couple of extra bucks and you want to throw it in our donation jug on the way out, we'd appreciate that. Or you can scan the code and do it right online. That would be awesome. Or if you want to write us a really big check, you can take one of those envelopes, fill it out, and send it to us in the mail. Anything at all will help. There is no amount of money too big that we won't take it from you. So, also, guess what? After this, we go right into our 24-25 season in October. We're right back here at the Lecture Center for the Arts with Improvised Twilight Zone. Then we follow that up with Improvised Law and Order, based on the classic TV show. Then we follow that up with Improvised Dungeons and Dragons. And then finally, Improvised Hitchcock, a full-length play in the style of a Hitchcock movie. We have subscription and single ticket sales going on sale Sunday. So pop on to synergytheater.com, become a subscriber, grab some literature about all of our shows coming up. We'd appreciate it. Now, I know you've seen us here at the Leisure Center, but have you ever seen Synergy Theater at a winery in Berkeley doing an immersive murder mystery? No, you have not. But do you want to? Yes, you do, because that's going to be awesome. And we are doing that on Saturday, August 24th. There's going to be food, you get to eat, you get to drink, as a murder mystery unfolds around you. It is called Murder in the Winery. There's a flyer about it on the table over there. Please grab one on the way out and come and see us there. We'd love to see you there. Finally, it is time to award bars of soap for certain suggestions. It's our raffle time. Everybody go, ooh. All right, and someone should hold that for me. Thank you very much. So here's what's going to happen. Here are some of the suggestions that we used in our show tonight. I'm going to read 3 of them. If I read the suggestion and you wrote it, then why don't you go ahead? Whoa! Why don't you, when I read the suggestion, you're going to stand up and shout out, "Whoa, I wrote that!" And then you're going to get a big bar of soap. All right, here we are. The first suggestion is, have you seen Aunt B? Who wrote that? All right. The next suggestion to win a bar of soap is, hey, don't step on my blue suede shoe. You are going to be so damn clean. And finally, to the moon! My friends, thank you so much. You are awesome. If you have a friend in the cast, you want to say hello, we'll be out back after the show. Good night, everybody. We love you.